All right, we're recording. Today is Thursday, May 28th. This is our weekly development check-in meeting. Before we jump into the agenda, let's go around and do some quick introductions. Nate, you are in my top left. Would you like to go first?
Hello, I'm Nate Lampton from Oakland, California. I'm a core committer, and I'm going to be talking about the things that are happening in 116 and 117. Ta-da!
Great. Greg, would you like to go next?
Greg, joining from Greece. Haven't been very active lately and just looking for a way to catch up with the issue queue, do reviews, file pull requests where I can, and help.
Great. Luke?
I'm Luke McCormick. I'm from San Ramon, California, and I'm not supposed to be here. I just wandered in. I figured I'd stay for, as long as no one kicks me out.
You're welcome to wander whenever you want. Joseph, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Joseph from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I've unfortunately been doing DevOps and JavaScript the last week.
Hope that's not my fault. Jeff, would you like to introduce yourself?
Jeff, Massachusetts. Been away from the backdrop code for a little bit, so see what's going on. Joseph, what did you say you were doing? DevOps and what else?
JavaScript stuff.
Ah.
Trying to do checks and then refresh parts of the page, and I don't know. I prefer PHP.
All right. Since last week's developer meeting, we have two new contributed projects, a module called User Protect and a module called Hybrid Auth. So thank you to our contributors for continuing to contribute and make new modules for everyone. That's great. And then it looks like backedupcms.org has a pull request that needs a review. Is this you, Jeff, that added this?
Yeah, Nate, you requested some changes on that, and they're up there. So I think we're good to get that in if you want to take a look.
Okay, great.
All right, Nate, do you want to take over?
Yeah, so we were looking over the agenda before the meeting started, and updates are pretty light on the core product update. There are a half dozen RTBC issues out there, so thank you all of you, those watching and present for working on various issues. Of note, we have an issue that saving the order of text formats can sometimes fail. It's issue 4419 that is already has a fix available for it, so that will be merged in shortly. And let's see, the separate one, 4420, cannot remove blocks when switching layouts, also RTBC. So it looks like some of these things are due to recent changes. Some of the other RTBC issues are long-standing problems. So it's great to have some of those things happening. Let's see. Yeah, we haven't, let's see, we released the security update week before last, so we don't need to cover that again. But 116.2 right now is just shaping up to include bug fixes and changes. Oh, you know what is worth mentioning that we might not even have a core issue for yet is the latest version of Chrome broke Ajax-based file uploading. And I didn't file a backdrop issue for it specifically because there's already an issue in the Drupal queue and an issue because it affects all versions of Drupal. And it also affects everybody that's using the jQuery Forms plugin, which Backdrop uses as well. And so the latest version of Chrome made a change that broke that library. And really, it's kind of on the shoulders of Chrome that they broke something that was working. They're not supposed to do that.
So Indigo Zella mentioned this in the Zulip chat, and I've tested it, and the problem is there for the 7 and the 8, and I tested it on the latest version of Chrome on Backdrop, and we are not affected. It works.
Really?
Because we have we have a newer version of jQuery form.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's worth, huh?
Having problems with your Drupal 7 forms?
That's funny.
Yeah.
I wonder, are we running the absolute latest version of jQuery forms? Do you know?
One bug version behind, like it's 4.5.1 and it's 4.5.2, which is the latest or something like that.
So there is it could be possible that the line in question that broke in the newest version of Chrome has been changed, that previously it would have worked, and then they changed it to something that now won't work. And so it's possible that we may have landed on the one version that has the correct string that just so happens to work in Chrome. It's possible. But that's interesting. Thanks for confirming that. I guess that's why you haven't created an issue. It's because it doesn't actually appear to affect us.
The issue monster did not kick in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. That's good to hear, and thank you for confirming that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the comment. Yes, so the topic is called actually latest Chrome
In Zulip.
and jQuery in Zulip. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, and Olaf confirmed it as well. Huh.
For a D7. Yeah, and then I tested it and it just works on us. So I tested on a browser on a D7 site, it was broken. And then I tested on a backdrop and it wasn't.
Well, that's great. I might
Just
take a
worked
look
for
at
us.
that. Yeah, score one.
Yay!
That's only by luck, though, it sounds like. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. Okay, so 116.2, yeah, there's several issues that that are RTBC that need to be merged in shortly. That's great that we don't have that Chrome problem, because that is, I mean, that is like application breaking, not being able to upload images. So that's wonderful. Okay, for 117 will be our next minor release. It'll be coming out September 15th, 2020, with feature freeze on September 1st. Let's see, we have an issue that I think Jen worked on that she would like to be moved into the 117 milestone, which is 4410, which is use the administrative theme for the login form. So looks like.
So this is an issue that Nate recommended offhandedly at some point. I don't remember if it was in a meeting or when we were working on the 116.1 release or something. And I was like, why is there not an issue for that? We need that. And then I made one, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, that doesn't seem complicated. And then I wrote a pull request. And so now I'm excited about it because I have a ton of sites where I'm like, I would love to not have to style this login form. No one's going to see it except for administrators. I think I addressed all the feedback that was in the last pull request review. While I was working on it, I noticed there was a problem with the layouts module that got fixed. There's some weirdness with menu get act breadcrumb. So I'm gonna need a core committer review on that to make sure my solution is acceptable. But it's really close. And so if it got a 117 milestone, we could get our first 117 feature in, but it needs someone else to make that call. So.
Didn't you file a separate issue with regards to the login form, as in use a blank layout or something like that, template, a while ago?
There was an issue to provide a context through layouts to specifically target this form.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I like just the general concept of this, that the login form always looks kind of crappy, because if only administrators are seeing it, then a lot of themers don't bother with it, because they're like, the visitors to the site never see it, and that's usually their concern. And this way, if it's an administrator only login, it looks like you're about to enter the administrative area.
WordPress does that too.
WordPress, yes. I was about to mention that.
Okay, well, great. I have not looked at that, but the screenshots look very promising. And that's kind of it, honestly. We're currently soliciting additional features and functionality for 117. To recap once more, the process is that we need advocates in order for things to be put into the 117 milestone. So if you're interested in promoting some particular feature, just suggest that or edit the summary and say that you're willing to be its advocate, post comment saying you want to be its advocate, and then tag it with milestone candidate minor. And then someone else will come in and second it. We also have a secondary or another new process that goes through initiatives for larger initiatives that may take more than one release or just have ongoing work.
Or not be related to core.
And those things I don't think have been voted upon yet by the PMC.
That's correct.
But we have some things that are potentially coming up, including telemetry, backdrop without a custom theme, which I'm not familiar with, usability testing, and better support for contrib project maintainers. So that's it. In the general discussion, there's also, Jeff, it looks like you're requesting that we get some increased visibility into the How to Backdrop series that you've been, or sorry, the Backdrop Weekly newsletters that you've been putting together, which are awesome, by the way. I see that you're pushing them out through Twitter and Facebook. It's really great and appreciated.
Yeah, just a weekly digest of stuff that I see going on in Backdrop. So if people have stuff they want to promote, can send it over either to me and Zulip or through the How to Backdrop forum. And if you guys want to retweet it, that will probably increase some visibility. So get some people some Backdrop news.
Mm-hmm. I'm not following it yet, but I am now. Okay, that's wonderful. Do you guys have anything else you guys would like to bring up today?
No, I guess with the API being core now, one of the initiatives is going to be the forward revisions UI, right? We got really close. We got really close this time, but we decided yes. I'm not sure if we want to add it now, but yeah, it was usually Jen, Tim, and myself working on it, fleshing it out, and Doc Wilmot trying to accommodate our desires.
Yeah, well, and we need an advocate for it, right? So one of the three of you. It might also, I mean, well, yeah, I think it's worth having an advocate putting in the milestone, even if it's not for certain that it'll get in. You know, we do that with everything. It increases the visibility into that thing, because there are unsolved problems yet, despite all of the work and the agreement that people are in. Like, we still don't know how to make it work. You know, like how it would function as from a user perspective.
And speaking of initiatives and you needing a coding challenge, do you think you're going to be able to get back to the automatic update things?
Yeah, automatic updates. We recently made a set of changes to project module on backdropcms.org that put us in a better place. We now have the packager excluding certain files. And so that, and it also includes some new APIs for altering the XML feeds that we're not using yet, but they're out there. Now that I think about it, I wonder if that's related to the security.
Yes,
update.
I was about to say.
Showing up as a security update. That seems possible.
The moment you mentioned the project thing in Phases, I got, whoops.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. But anyway, that sets us up for having CodeSign module start introducing MD5 hashes and digital signatures onto things. So yes, I think that at least that portion of things we have the ability to move forward on. We're unhindered at this point. And also a recent reviewing of the Drupal 7 automatic updates module looks really promising, that we have a whole bunch of code there that could potentially be lifted and merged into our installer module that would make self-updates work better and safer. Not to mention, we can see how they're running update.php, because that's kind of the key thing that from a technical perspective we haven't figured out. Like, we can do self-updates right now, but it still requires a manual run of update.php when they happen. But an automatic update, we have that unsolved problem of how to run the updates after it's been updated itself. Anyway, so I'll build up my enthusiasm to see if I want to take on the responsibility of making myself an advocate for something again.
You shouldn't feel guilt. Like, anyone can become an advocate, and just, halfway, if they decide that they don't have time, just, it's the effort.
You're right.
You might inspire others. So
it's a great point. Okay. Do you guys have anything else you would like to add? Okay. Well, let's wrap it up then. Thank you, everybody, for joining the meeting. I hope that this video gets posted to YouTube manually and others will be able to see it. So thanks, guys.